Cherry blossom makeup is one of the latest trends once again on social media. So today I have created the ultimate cherry blossom makeup look, which is perfect for spring, or if you just want a pretty glowy soft pink makeup tutorial, this look is for you. So if you want to learn how to create this beautiful look here, then just keep on watching. I'm going to start with the skin first. I'm aiming for very dewy, glowy, like just pretty skin. So I'm going to start with the What's Up Beauty Positivity Face Primer. Oh my god, if you hear the wind, there's a tropical cyclone heading towards New Zealand, so please ignore that. This primer is lightweight and hydrating, so I think it'll be perfect for the base. For foundation, I'm just going to mix two foundations I have together. I'm going to take the Maybelline 30 Hour Superstay and the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I'm just going to mix them together to get a shade that matches my face. This one scares me because it always explodes. I'm not doing anything fancy either. I'm just mixing it together on my face, which is probably not the most hygienic thing, but whatever. I love applying my foundation with a sponge because I feel like it just really sits on the skin so beautifully and gives you that airbrushed look. Now we're looking a bit pale. Don't fret. We're going to go on with a cream bronzer. I'm going to take the Milani Cheek Kiss in the shade Hey Honey to bronze today. And I'm just going to use that to sculpt my face, give some colour and dimension back into the skin. Cream products are perfect for this look because they don't mattify the face. Obviously, when you set your skin with powder products, it's going to set everything down, and I really want to try and make the skin as dewy and flawless as possible. This product's buildable, so I'm just taking my time to tap that in. And I'm going to layer some on the nose just to give that pretty, fresh, sun-kissed look. I always forget how much I love this bronzer. It's actually so pretty. Editing Alex here. I have no idea what happened to the blush and the concealer clips. Like, genuinely no idea. Really bizarre. Like, there's 4 clips missing in the labeling, but I don't know where they are. So anyway, for blush, I used the Beauty Bay Spring Blush, and then I concealed with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, tidied up underneath my eyebrows. Don't know what to tell you, this just keeps happening, but the tutorial was cute. I still wanted to post it, so yeah, there you go. So next I'm going to set the face just to stop any creasing, and I'm actually going to use this pink brightening setting powder from Nikia Joy Cosmetics. This is my all-time favorite powder. If you have combo skin, you will love this. It lasts all day. This is the translucent version and this is the brightening version. I just thought pink powder would be fun for spring. So I just like to pick a little bit up on my powder puff and tap the excess off because you end up with a lot of extra product in there. Make sure you've tapped all the creases out from underneath your eyes, and I'm just going to press that in and set all of that down. And as you can see, it's very brightening. And with the residue, I'm just going to press that in. If you want a base that lasts all day, press in your powder with a little powder puff. It truly does just lock it in all day. Now, I'm not going to set my eyelids because I don't want to put my eyeshadows onto a set base. I find products just blend a lot easier on an unset base. For a bit more of a structured look, I'm just going to put some powder underneath where I have bronzed, just to help brighten and lift the face. Alright, so I'm going to do some powder bronzer. I'm going to take this Bronzy Cheeks face bronzer from Inglot in the shade 43. I swear I'm always using this bronzer, but it's just testament to how much I do love it. I'm just going to place the product over where I've popped that cream bronzer. That wind actually sounds horrible. Alright, you're probably thinking, Alex, we're looking very matte. There's a little bit of sheen on my face, but not enough. So we're going to go on with some highlight. And I'm going to go on with this Expo Beauty Diamond Baby Highlighter. I mean, look at these shades. They are just beautiful. And I'm going to take the shade Bouquet, which is this really pretty pinky gold. Oh my god. I barely tapped into that. Jesus. Well, there you go. Buy this. It's super shiny. But as I was saying, it's just this really pretty like pinky gold, and it's everything you want and more. And this was designed to be used in weddings. I mean, I see why. But anyway, I'm just tapping that onto the high points of my face. Just everywhere that I would naturally have light hit me. God, I look like I've done overkill with that, but it's just so good. I'm just picking some up on a small Morphe M321 brush and just letting that hit just the top of my brow bone. And now we have the glow. I'm going to do my lips because the foundation lips are bothering me deeply. I'm going to take this MCO Beauty Perfect Pout Lip Liner in the shade Cheeky Chat. It's this really pretty like mauvey nude color. It's actually become a staple in my makeup routine. I love it. And I'm sure you can guess what this is supposed to be a dupe of, but I love it. And I'm going to use it as lip liner today. If you watch my TikTok and Instagram content, you're probably not even surprised that I'm using this. But I'm going to go in with the ColourPop So Juicy Plumping Gloss Balm. This is the shimmer version. Oh, dreamy. I seriously love these so much. You don't need a gloss. They're plumping and they're just so pretty. But this is the shade Cyberstar. It looks really intense, but on the lips it's so beautiful. So I'm just gonna pop that on. You can instantly just see the shine it gives. I mean, is that not the cutest spring lip ever? I will say the one thing about these is that around here can get quite messy, so I kind of always just wipe mine off every time after use just to keep it clean. Can you guys hear my door? It sounds like someone's trying to get into my room, but these doors are just made of like cheap wood that weigh nothing. So they just rattle and it does my head in. Okay, I'm going to fill in my brows before we move on to eyes. I'm going to go on with this Inglot Ultra Strong Shaping Brow Gel. This is clear, but I just kind of want to work it through the brow hairs. This is really good for giving your eyebrows that wet look and kind of like really like singling out the individual hairs. And it just makes them look, I don't know how to describe it, but just so like fresh. It's just nice. I think it's really pretty. And like, I don't even have any product in my brows as well. Like, you can just wear this. I think it's so nice. Just really great for defining, as you can see. And then of course, to fill them in, I'm just gonna go with my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I don't have any other eyebrow products, so this is what we're gonna be using. I'm just gonna do some like little hair-like strokes, mostly just underneath the arch of my brow because it doesn't really need it anywhere else. I just want to fill those areas in. So now I'm going to move on to the eyes, my favorite part. Now if you want, you can totally just leave the concealer on your lids as your eye base, but I'm going to take this e.l.f. Lock It In eyeshadow primer. Now this is kind of like a clear texture, so I do recommend putting some sort of base product down, especially if you've got a lot of redness on the eyelids. It will just help make the base more even. And then I just tap in over it with my sponge. Okay, so there is one, maybe two eyeshadow palettes I'm going to use for this look. The first one is Blush Crush by ColourPop. These pinky tones I think are perfect. It's like the epitome of cherry blossom vibes. And then there's also the Sigma Beauty Enchanted palette. I think the pinks in this could also be really pretty, so we'll see how we go. I might use both, I might just use one. For now, I'm going to start with the ColourPop Blush Crush palette. And on a Morphe JH32, I'm dipping into the shade Cheek to Cheek. And I'm just going to start blending that in my crease and outer corner. Now, a lot of the inspo pics have had like really pretty half-cut creases, so we might do like a mini half-cut crease. On the same brush, I'm just dipping into the shade Lovesick and using that to feather the edge out. We will lose a bit of the pigmentation while we're blending, but we will go back and add that previous colour back on top. And then I'm going to pick up a bit more of Cheek to Cheek and just re-intensify that crease. I'm picking up the shade How Rouge on a Sigma E33, and I'm just kind of focusing that in the outer V of my eye. I'm just blending that in, and then I'm just bringing a little bit of the excess through the front of the crease as well, just to add a bit more definition. On a Sigma E65, I'm just picking up the shade Blush Wine, and I'm just stamping that across the lash line. I'm just going to bring it about halfway in, and then I'm going to start flicking that product out to create a small wing. I love how this is looking so far. I definitely think I do want to create a little bit of dimension to create a nice cute cut crease. So I'm actually just going to use my Too Faced concealer because I don't need this to be incredibly defined. And I'm just going to carve some of that eyeshadow away. Probably just like the first half. It doesn't need to be anything too fancy. Just to kind of give a little bit more dimension to the look. And I'm just going to use my sponge to blend that edge into those matte eyeshadows. So I've just done that small half cut crease on both eyes, and now we're going to pop some shimmer shades on. On my finger, I'm going to take some of the shade Blossom Up and just tap that into the outer edge. And then I'm going to blend that out using some of the shade Made You Blush. And then on my finger once more, I'm taking some of the shade Pop a Bottle, and I'm just going to put that all over the inner half of the lid. I'm just taking that JH32 brush from before, and I'm just going to press down on it with my finger to flatten it. And I'm just going to run it underneath my lower lash line. Now I'm going to go in with the shade How Rouge, and I'm going to blend that under my lower lash line, except I'm actually going to create like a little gap between where my eyelid is and where I'm putting the product, kind of to create more of like a doe eye effect. And because I love sparkles, I'm going to go in with this pigment from Peach's Makeup in the shade Luxe. And I'm just going to place some of that right in the inner corner using that Morphe M321 brush. In my tight line, I've just gone ahead and placed some of this Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Sunny Vale. And I'm going to place this halfway into my waterline. And then I'm going to go in with this Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Honey Dude. And I'm placing this in the other half of my waterline just to open up my eye. So that's the eyeshadow portion done. Now we're going to pop on some mascara. And I'm going to go in with the Beauty Bay High Key Mascara today. A brown liner would look so cute with this, but I don't have one, so we're just going to use black. I actually really love how my eyes look with just mascara on, but for dramatic effect, I'm going to pop some lashes on. I'm going to go in with these lashes from Sigma Beauty in the style Doe-Eyed. Okay, I've popped some lashes on. I almost forgot, we have to set the face. So I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Lock It In setting spray to complete the look. And this is the eyes all complete. So this is the finished look all complete. What do we think? I think it's so perfect for spring. Although funnily enough, it's actually autumn in the southern hemisphere, but I wanted to do something for those of you who are in spring. I've had that Blush Crush palette for such a long time, and this was the perfect trend to use it for because this is just giving cherry blossom essence to a T. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I also forgot to mention in my last video, I'm actually filming on an entirely new camera lens. It is so heavy that my tripod can't hold it up. So flick me some tripod suggestions because I think I'm gonna need a new one. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video and found it helpful, give it a thumbs up. It helps push my channel out to new potential viewers. And if you're not yet subscribed and you want to see more content from me, hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video. And of course, if you want to check out any other looks that I don't create here, check out my Instagram at MakeupWithAlix. All my social medias are linked down below. But once again, thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!